Hey everyone, happy Wednesday. My name's Heather Gray, and I am a mindset and personal development coach over at choosetohaveitall.com. Those of you who have been following me recently know that I've been working with my community to tackle fears and insecurities and helping people overcome them so that they can start taking big action in their dreams and in their lives. I recently got an email that I thought I would just turn into a quick Ask Heather because it's an email in tone and in question that I actually receive quite often. So I think that it will help not only the writer, but anybody else who needs to hear this message today. So I'm just going to jump right in. So the email says, I'm currently working through some issues regarding needing people to like me. I'm realizing that I have trouble being authentic and I'm realizing that I'm having trouble being authentic and vulnerable, which is making it more difficult to connect with my tribe. Also, I'm finding myself feeling like a failure when my live videos or posts don't get a lot of interaction. Do you have any blogs or commentary that you can point me towards that could help me address this? If not, no big deal. So here's the thing. I probably do have a lot of articles and different things that could help you with this one. I actually think the thing that might be most helpful for you and anybody else jumping into this right now would be my Fearless Challenge. I ran it back in March, so it's not time current, but I never shut it down, and you would get all access to all of the live videos, and you would get access to the emails accompanying the course, and you can find that at choosetohaveitall.com/fearless, and I'll put the link at the end of the video. But the quick and short, dirty answer to your question is that if you're starting a business, if you're putting yourself out there, and because you're talking about Facebook Live and videos and posts, I'm assuming that you're trying to build an online business here. It's going to come with the territory of starting a business that not everybody will like you. That you can't decide to go into business with the hope and expectation that everybody loves and adores you, because it's simply not a realistic expectation of business. Because when we're putting ourselves out there, we're offering products and services that are going to serve certain people. By definition, other people are not going to be served, taken care of, seen, or nurtured in that space, and that's okay. I think so often we worry about the criticism and we worry about the pushback rather than really kind of getting clear with ourselves and asking ourselves, what are we so afraid of? Typically, when people ask me, what if they don't like me? I think sometimes they want it, the cheerleader on the side of the road saying, go get them, I have my pom-poms here and you can do it, believe in yourself. And that's a really important message. But the more important message is actually, what is the skill that you can incorporate for yourself so that you can go out and replicate your dreams, your content, your ideas in other areas of your life, rather than just in that moment when somebody's cheering you along. And here's the thing. In order to do that, you need to answer the question. What does happen if they don't like you? Does that change your mind about your business? Does that make you think you don't have anything of value to offer? Will it feel like the end of the world? Do you feel like you can't defend your idea? Because if somebody doesn't like what you're offering or has a question about it or challenges your experience in it, you can prepare for those challenges, questions, and objections simply by coming up with how you're going to answer the question for yourself. So if they don't like you, if they kind of hate on you, if they mock your content or your ideas, what actually is going to happen? What is your worst case scenario, the worst thing you possibly can imagine, and go ahead and make a plan for it. Figure it out for yourself. Answer the question, what happens if they don't like me? And get yourself kind of geared up and ready for it. Just like somebody who's running a race or a marathon, what happens when I encounter that hill? They prepare for the hill. They know there's going to be a part in the process that's super hard, super challenging, that's going to make them question everything they're doing, why they did it, and all of the rest. But they're going to plan for it and train for it. And that's the same way you have to approach a fear like this. The other thing is to understand that in business, in order to make business and to get clients, you kind of do need people to not like you. Sometimes people not liking you is a sign that you're heading in the absolute right perfect direction. One of the online entrepreneurs and thought leaders in this space that I really admire is Chris Ducker. And he has this line, your vibe attracts your tribe. And that means that the people who like what you have to say, gel with your message, are on board and have buy-in to the way you look at things, are going to be your tribe. They're going to find you. They're going to resonate with your message. They're going to want to hear more of what you have to say. The people who aren't interested don't see this as something of value for them, don't really see the urgency in what you're offering, won't be attracted to you, and that's okay, because you can't possibly serve everybody. You need some people to not be attracted to you so you can completely fulfill and serve the people that are attracted to you and that you do help. And I know it's counterintuitive. We feel like instinctively, especially for those of us just starting out, that we want to cast a really wide net. We want everybody to feel welcome. We want everybody to feel heard and seen and appreciated. But when we're serving everybody, sometimes we end up serving no one, because your ideal client ends up having no idea that you're talking to them because you're trying to talk to everybody. I'm sure you've heard that message before, but that's why people encourage you not to worry if you're not liked. That's the link to the messaging there. And I hope that makes sense for you. Part of the sort of way you can armor up a little bit is ask yourself, when I get my first question, when I get challenged, when somebody mocks me, not only what is my answer going to be, but how am I going to respond personally? Who do I want to be, regardless of how people are treating me? We all get mocked and made fun of, and you know, it's ironic because I've said this before, like I offer mindset coaching. I used to make fun of people who offered mindset coaching because when I was a therapist, I just called it self-esteem. So I sort of was like, oh, all these dreamers, they need a fancy word because they don't want to admit that they have a self-esteem problem. But the reality is that word gives them a sense of identity. But there's other people who still think the way that I used to think and mock me for saying, oh, are you just really doing therapy? Are you just kind of like coding it up and covering it up and making people feel better about themselves? And the answer is a combination of yes and no in that one. But you prepare for the answer, and then you decide, well, when I get that hater, when I get that negative comment, what am I going to need to take care of myself? What do I need to sort of have on standby? Who's going to be the person I call when my feelings get hurt? Just prepare for it so that when it comes, you're not worried that it's going to completely knock you down and render you incapable. The next step to this is that part that you said, like, well, what happens if nobody likes my live video? What happens if, you know, nobody likes my post? And the reality is we're all looking for those likes because that's the vanity metric, right? Excuse me. Gonna take a sip of coffee. Sorry about that. It seems to happen every live video. So that's the vanity metric. We all want to be liked. We all want to be seen and appreciated. And when we don't get that, we create a story that we must not be liked, we must not be seen, and we must not be appreciated, when in fact that's simply not true. How many times have you gone by your posts and scrolled and seen things and not clicked the like button? And does it always mean you didn't like it, or does it just mean you didn't take the 5 seconds to hit the like button? Does it mean you didn't see the message, didn't care about the message? No. So it's really important that you attach that story to yourself, that when you're putting yourself out there, there's 50 million different reasons why people might not resonate with your message. If you're not selling $1 million cure, or a quick way to lose 50 pounds, or a quick way to make a fast buck, or fix your life in 30 seconds or less kind of plan, your message is going to take a while to find the right people. If you're not offering something that people think of in their regular everyday that they need, they're going to need to be reminded a couple of times and have it occur to them that they actually might need it and you might actually be talking to them. That isn't a reason to think that your message is wrong, that it's not connecting, or that you didn't do a good job on the live video. But the other thing too is you just saw me drink a cup of coffee on live video, and I had to stop what I was saying, and everybody on live had to watch me do it, and the world didn't end. And sometimes we're not going to do the best job. Those of you who were with me in the holidays know that like in the middle of my holiday live video, I started crying, like very authentically, like yay for me. But I got emotional thinking about friends and family that I no longer see during the holidays. And I got sad. I hadn't planned on being that authentic, but it happened, and I lived to tell the tale. The whole idea of I'm not taking action because I'm being held back, partly what people need to realize when they come to me with that is that that in itself, by some people's definition, can already be seen as failure. And I know that's a hard message to hear, and it's hard feedback, but you're failing to put yourself out there. You're failing to take action on a dream. You're failing to show up for yourself and to live big in your own life. So which failure are you willing to live with? The one that keeps you small and afraid of failure, so you never try? Or the one that when you do kind of trip up and you do mess up and you do make a mistake, you just clean yourself back up, dust yourself off, and have at it again? You have a choice in that moment. Once you recognize that you're keeping yourself small, that you're self-sabotaging yourself, and that you are getting in your own way, the answer is easy. You stop and you take action. And you recognize that the fear is going to be there. The critics are going to be there. That is not a reason to not deliver your message or to share your voice. You simply have to prepare for it. And one of the ways that you can do that is to check in with yourself about how much you accept yourself. How much do you see yourself as valuable, worthy, deserving, and having something to offer? Because if you haven't accepted yourself yet, that's the other reason why you're going to the internet and to Facebook likes and shares to see if you're worthy and valuable, because you haven't decided for yourself that you're already worthy and valuable. And that really should be step one, that unapologetically you own your talent, you own your skills, you own what you have to offer to this community, to the space, to the world, however big you're thinking. Like, you owe it to them to share that message, and you have to hold yourself accountable if you're keeping yourself small. One of the ways that has worked for me, that I've done it when I sort of first entered the space and decided I was entering the coaching field and realized, wow, it really does seem like everybody's a coach these days. I really resonated with an idea that I had learned from Pat Flynn around identifying what your unfair advantage is. What is the thing that you can offer that no one else offers? And the thing is that I'm pretty quick with insight. I understand interpersonal dynamics at rapid speed, I've been told. And I'm also really good at words. So when people have to have hard conversations, I can help them with a quick script, a quick way of communicating transparently. And that isn't really hard for me. But I know it's hard for other people, and it's not where they excel. So that's my unfair advantage, that I come into this field more adept at understanding patterns, relationships, and the communication skills and strategies that are needed to get a relationship moving forward, or a dream, or a life moving forward. That's what I'm bringing to the table. So I would encourage you to take a second and think a little bit about yourself and identify for yourself, what is your unfair advantage? What are you bringing to the table? What's your experience? What's your knowledge base, your awareness, your insider tips, whatever it is that nobody else really has to the extent that you have it? What are you bringing to the table? Because then when you worry that you're not going to be liked, that you're not going to be seen or appreciated, you answer back with what it is you're offering. You talk back to the hater in your head by saying, okay, yeah, people might not like this, but I know my stuff. I know what I'm talking about here. I know what's important. I know what people need to be prepared for. I know what people need to anticipate, or whatever it is you're bringing to that particular table. And then when you identify that you're self-sabotaging and that you're getting in your own way, you call yourself on it. You call BS, you stop, and you make a choice to move. So many people want to feel better before they take action. They want to feel comfortable and confident and be past this nonsense before they move. And the reality is you're not going to feel better about this. You're not going to feel comfortable taking action until after you've taken the chance, until after you've done a Facebook Live video and no one's shown up. And P.S., it looks like nobody's on this live video as I'm talking to all of you. There's not a lot of pop-ups telling me that people are leaving messages, so I might be talking to myself right now, but I also know that I'm offering you value. I also know that I'm helping you set yourself up for your next Facebook Live video. So whether or not people are with me live, they might have things to do. There might be other meetings going on online, other people are yammering on for them right now, or they might just be at work in the middle of their work day, and 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time isn't a good time for live video. Whatever the reason is I'm not going to create any other kind of story other than now's not the right time for them, but I have the right message to deliver. And that's how you talk back to the fear. That's how you stop self-sabotaging, and that's how you get on the other side. I hope this helps. I know that it's not an easy answer, and I know that I make it sound really simple, but you're in your own way right now. And all you got to do to get out of it is to start acting differently, to not believe everything you think, and just take a step, and then take the step after that. I hope that helps. For those of you who are just getting to know me and would like to be a part of my community, I really do invite you to continue the conversation over at facebook.com/groups/choose to have it all, or you can find me over at choosetohaveitall.com. I'd be happy to jump in with anybody who doesn't want to share their question anonymously on the internet if they need some one-on-one work. I regularly book out single sessions. You don't need to buy a package to get a simple answer, and I'd be happy to help, so just ping me in the comments or send me a message. Thanks so much, guys, and you have a great day. Bye-bye.